So I'm going to call this video series The Resurrection of a Marantz 2270. So this is a Marantz 2270, and I'll try to include some video that I will shoot before I do the cosmetic cleanup to kind of show you cosmetically what it looked like before it came with the, oops, dang, came with the glass missing. I forgot I didn't pop those in there. So the glass is missing from the face. You have to see where I lost my little rubber piece there. But oh, glass is missing. Wooden cabinet, damaged, cracked. So you can see it's split right here. This is kind of the overall look of the cabinet. Again, I'll shoot a video of it later. I started to get into this to see what was going on. So let me power it on real quick. And we'll have to listen real carefully, but it's on my dim bulb right now. So flash, dim. Come on, do it. Do it. Did you hear that? That little buzz? That was the relay engaging. So instead of clicking, it goes and then it clicks in, and it takes entirely too long. Well, I think it's too long. So this has led a very, very rough life. Looks like it has original outputs. It does make sound. I guess that's about the nicest thing I can say about it. But let me show you what I'm up against with some cosmetic issues with this. So, oh, there's that little piece I was missing. I think I know why the glass is missing from the front. This thing was dropped on its face at some point in time. So, and I got my speaker wires in the worst possible spot. But if we zoom in here a little bit, let me turn it the other way. All right, see that? That should not be all bent to hell like that. And it's on both sides. Now, luckily, the middle strip here is all right. So this middle strip that runs across the face is okay. It's just these ends. So first, I need to figure out a way to push those back into position. And there's an opening here where the anchors, I guess is what I'll call them, the barrels for the face to attach to the body. These were just, luckily they're here, but they were snapped right off. So lots to sort out with this receiver. So I wanted to do just this really quick introduction to it. Luckily, I can get reproduction glass for about 50 bucks, I think I saw online. So the way it is right now, the face, instead of it sitting flat like this, the face kind of comes out like that, sticks out from the bottom because this kind of pushes it out. So none of the knobs are really lined up properly and all that stuff. Like I said, it makes sound. I only tested FM just to see if I could get some sound. To me, the sound kind of sounds like it's probably not balanced. So, you know, this is one of those receivers though, 2270. This is not one that you don't make an effort to, you know, make sure it's as close to 100% as possible. So I'm going to take you along on the journey trying to figure this thing out. First thing I'm going to do is try to bend these back. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. I may have to just take this whole piece off, put this in a vise and just clamp it, see if I can flatten that down. That may be easier said than done. It looks like there are about 50 screws I have to remove, and who knows what I'm going to actually be able to separate from this. So anyway, now why would I do that first before I do any of the electronics? Because I want to. Because I want to do that first. To me, sometimes I need to make sure that they're cosmetically going to be good. Oh, and then it looks like it's also damaged up here. So that should be flat against that. Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but this protrudes. I mean, that's not right. I mean, I've worked on 2270s. I've never had one with damage before, so I'm making some assumptions. When the case, I thought it was odd when I removed the metal case. There's this big gap that went around over the top. So remove the metal cabinet, and it totally makes sense now as to why that is. So anyway, if anything, I'm going to pick up after I have addressed whatever I can address here to try to straighten or flatten what I can, get it as close to the way it should be as possible, and then go from there. So this is, I don't know if this is going to be the end of part one. I may, you know what I'll do? I'll tack on straightening this stuff out before I wrap this this segment up. So, but I'm going to do that off camera because my stuff is all the way over there. I don't want to take the camera over. But what my plan is, I think, is to remove this face, clamp it in my vise, see if I can flatten these areas, and then see how that goes. If that doesn't work, if I change my approach, I will let you know what I wound up doing when I come back. So I just want to show you, so the cabinet is aligned on the sides, how it would be screwed on. So this is the gap I was telling you about, and you can see how it's bowed in the middle. That was how it came. So even the faceplate is crooked, it's bowed, and then you can see how right there, this side's pretty close. This side, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what is bent on this, because that, I don't know. Let me pop this cover off. Sorry for the shaky cam, I just moved that back. Oh yeah, so that makes sense now. So that's why, because this has been out, this strip here is pushing it forward. So again, it's only off by about that much. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that, and here's kind of what it looked like. Again, the glass is gone, and luckily the dial pointer was intact, because those are hard to find and original. So anyway, just wanted to share that as I'm figuring out how to flatten this face piece. Alright, so as you can see, I was able to flatten this one pretty good. And I was actually able to do the other side, the bottom, without taking the faceplate off. And I did the other side, the top. I'll work on this one a little bit more, but I want to show you what I did. Kind of show you what it looked like. So took some big channel locks like this. This one, hopefully I have enough room to get on there. And I basically did a little bit of this action here. Kind of really hard to do this with the camera right in my way. So let's see. But you can see that it is bending that back into position. All right, so now it's pretty flat. Again, I got to work on this top one a little bit. I'm going to move that back. I'm going to fit it with the sides on it again, see if that has to come back a little bit more. To me, it's not completely straight, so I may have to kind of pull that out. And all I did is, again, same kind of concept. I went in with this like so, and just kind of coaxed it back in position like that. All right, so let me put the top back on, get it where it would normally line up, and see how close I got it. I taped these back on because I was tired of them falling off. So we got, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these that keep falling off. So I need to get a plastic bag and put them in there so I don't lose them. Or maybe I'll just glue them. That's a good project for this afternoon. Glue all those back into position. So let's fit this and see how close we got. See if I can be able to move this back just a little bit. All right, so what we're looking for is the gap here. See how much better it looks. close, and it is quite a bit closer. Still a little bit of a gap here. That's the corner that I said I needed to work on a little bit more. This side is pretty good. And actually I can move this just a little bit. That's a little bit off, so I can move it a little bit this way. So that's, man, that's just about perfect. I need to figure out how to fix this little bow here. I'll just kind of bend that back. So, yeah, that worked. Awesome, that was easier than I thought it would be. I thought I was gonna have to disassemble this whole thing. So, yeah. Optimistic at least about the cosmetic issues with this. I mean, there's the cabinet and all the other stuff. Again, this is a resurrection type project. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up for the introduction to the 2270, getting this face straightened out a little bit. As always, if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next segment.